Faces. Faces was an app that went viral and put people in danger really fast. It was one of those photo adjustment apps where the user can change their face through filters or adjustments. It was like a ton of apps already on the market, but there was something more about Faces that made it a cut above the rest. The changes made in the app affected the user real time. No matter the alteration, no matter the filter, the user's face will reflect what is seen on the app. There was even a reset button that would undo any changes the user didn't like or want. Best of all, it was free to use. Needless to say, Faces blew up. It could be found on 3 out of 4 phones. People would use it to get rid of blemishes, try out styles, remove scars, all in the blink. It put the makeup industry at real risk of going under. After all, why buy makeup if you can just change your face to however you want it? That was when people discovered another interesting feature about Faces. It didn't have to be your face. Whoever's face you took a picture of when you load the app will have the changes reflect onto that person. Suddenly, there was a new business, face crafting. For those too lazy or not skilled enough to make really impressive styles. Didn't like your face? Change it. Didn't do a good enough job? Hire a crafter to adjust your face for you. It was the start of a golden age of beauty and cosmetics. Digital makeup. No need to paint your face potentially dangerous chemicals. Just upload a file and apply via Faces. People wondered if the other shoe was going to drop. If the developers of Faces would make it into a paid app or put up an ad wall and rack in billions in adverts. But no, they never did. The unknown creatures released a statement that Faces would be free forever. No need to pay, no need to donate. Just use the app to make a better you. With that ringing endorsement, Faces became a staple. Like all good things in life, occasionally there's a few bad apples. One day, a bitter person who lived their whole life mocked and teased by his peers had a particular thought. If I can take pictures of a person and alter their face, what's stopping me from getting revenge on people who messed with me? So he bought another phone, put on a mask, and took a photo on Faces of the person who tormented him the most. The co-worker who takes credit for all his work. The handsome man who is believed because he has a face that you can trust. And then our masked bitter person did everything he could to make that face into a monster. He waited until the next day at work, never closing the app. He waited until the co-worker he had many issues with walked in and pressed confirm. The process of face changing one's face is painless, so the co-worker didn't notice anything was wrong until the next person who saw him screamed. That gathered everyone's attention, and the bitter masked avenger quickly hid the second phone. At first, the co-worker was good-natured about the prank, but as the day went on and no one confessed to being the one who changed his face, he decided to just get his own phone and change his face back himself. That was when he discovered that hitting reset on Faces didn't work. The phone didn't recognize his ugly face as his anymore. No, he had to start over and adjust his face from the monstrous form it had taken. It was now his base appearance. The co-worker panicked. He first got angry at the office and demanded for whoever changed his face to undo it. It wasn't very funny anymore. And then he got desperate and grabbed the phones of whoever was around him, thinking he could find the one that changed his face. Finally, he sobbed in despair when he couldn't find the phone that changed his face into the abomination it was before. People avoided his eyes and the workday was very awkward for everyone, except the bitter man who destroyed his co-worker's face. He hid his expression behind his usual apathetic look, but inside he was laughing and mocking his co-worker. That night, the co-worker got a random text from a blocked number. It was a picture of an activated burner phone with Faces turned on. On it was his ugly face and a text. "If you quit your job and transfer all your money to this account, I'll hit reset." The co-worker didn't believe it was a real text, but then he saw in the reflection of his phone, his face was changing to be even more monstrous. Or I can always make it worse. It's your choice. The next day, the co-worker emptied his account and quit his job. As he did so, he saw his face turn back to normal. He thought for a moment to cancel the transfer and to take back his resignation, when he saw a big wart appear on his face. Remember, I still have your face. He left town that night, and that was the start of the Face Stealer movement.